Do you guys remember when the Cubs beat the Pirates 3-0, so the scoreboard read C3PO? Well, it happened again with the Pirates, only this time it wasn't C3PO, it was, this. What's up, everyone? It's Fuzzy. Welcome back to yet another MLB recap. There is a lot to talk about today. Aaron Judge, yet again, played hero ball. Shohei Ohtani was striking out people left and right, but the Angels, they kind of did Angels things. And Alex Bregman, he is reminding folks that you better put some respect on his name. Remember, guys, use code Fuzzy on SeatGeek if you're going to any baseball games or concerts anytime soon. Save yourself some money. Now, before we talk about the games from yesterday, we do have to talk about the trade that the Reds made with the New York Mets. So Tyler Naquin, a former Cleveland Guardian, who has 36 doubles, 26 home runs, and a 104 OPS plus over the last 2 seasons. He is on his way out. He is heading to the New York Mets. Along with him, Philip Deal. We're not going to talk about his stats, though, because he's going to be in AAA, and his stats are borderline horrific, and I do not want to embarrass the guy. Now, in return, the Reds are getting 2 prospects from the Mets. One, Hector Rodriguez. He is an outfielder and also a right-handed pitcher. And Jose Acuna, no, he is not related to Ronald. But at the time of this trade, neither of those 2 guys were in the top 30 for the Mets. But by the end of the year, honestly, I like their ceilings. They will definitely be in the top 30 for the Reds. So the moral of the story, why did the Mets make this trade? They need a replacement for Travis Jankowski. It's as simple as that. Jankowski, he's just not very good anymore. Now, the funny part about this trade is Tyler Naquin actually hit a home run in his final game as a member of the Reds. So let's go ahead and break this one down. Jesus Aguilar has been very meh this year, but that's a nice shot. 12 home runs and 43 RBIs after that one. Miguel Rojas drove in Diaz for their 3rd run, and Miami, they kind of saw their lead fade, though. It's 5-3 after Tyler Naquin. Again, this is his final home run as a member of the Reds. That one went 420 feet, but that's when the Miami Marlins started teeing off as well. Jesus Aguilar brought it within 1, and the man who rakes tied it up. Jesus Sanchez, he slowed down a bit, but I still think that he has a very valuable bat. Joey Wendell played hero ball just like Judge. We'll get to Judge in just a moment. And Aguilar had a key sac fly in the 9th. It's key because Tommy Pham, he had an RBI single to bring home Jonathan India, and that would have tied it up if it wasn't for Jesus Aguilar having a big day. Tanner Scott eventually sealed it for his 14th save. So if you're a Marlins fan, let me know in the comments. Should you guys be buyers or sellers at the deadline? Jamison Taillon and Brady Singer must have met up before this game and said, hey, the first to give up a run can't eat dinner, or they got to take a shot to the nuts or something. I don't know what it was, but both of these guys were lights out. J-Mo, he had 8 strikeouts, I think in 5 or 6 shutout innings, and Brady Singer was sensational. 7 shutout with double-digit strikeouts. He allowed just 1 single base hit. Andrew Benintendi, he made his debut. He was 0-for-3. He had a chance to walk it off in the 9th, but he popped up. And yeah, I think this was just an opportunity from the baseball gods to give Aaron Judge even more money in his pocket, because how are you not going to give this guy $40+ million? I mean, maybe I'm being dramatic. Maybe he's going to get 35 a year for the next 6 or 7 years. But, I mean, honestly, Aaron Judge could be one of those guys that ask for $200 million over the next 4 years and get away with it. Now, after this game, Joey Gallo spoke out on his play with the Yankees ever since he was traded. He feels like he let the Yankees fan base down. He knows that he has been bad, and he's going to remember that for the rest of his life. So, can we kind of have a ceasefire on Joey Gallo? He knows he's been bad. Stop piling it on. I feel bad for my friend. So that Yankees game was won by 1 single run. It was 1-0, and I guess no one really wanted to score to begin today's video, but hey, credit to the pitching. Anthony Santander gave Jordan Lyles a lead to work with after this RBI double, and Lyles, you might as well call him Wiles, because there's no L there. I'm really sorry you had to hear that. But Jordan Lyles basically went 6 shutout innings with 4 strikeouts, and Trey Mancini, just like Tyler Naquin, might have ended his tenure with his current team with a home run. But this one was via the inside the park home run fashion, because it hit Josh Lowe in the noggin, and then it skirted away as Trey Mancini was able to round the bases, and he collected his final home run. Again, it was an inside the park home run, but kind of a cool moment. Also, again, I hope that Josh Lowe is okay, because that hit him directly in the dome. This Felix Bautista guy, I want to mention him real quick. He is 6'6", almost 6'7". He throws 102. He has a 1.5 ERA in 42 innings. They call him the Mountain. Yeah, I'm really glad that I chose not to pursue baseball, so I don't have to face guys with the nickname of the Mountain. Now, leave it up to the Angels to get shut out by a guy with a 5+ ERA. If I'm Ohtani, I want out of there ASAP. Now, again, I'm sorry, Halos fans, for saying that, because your season has been so up and down. I think that you're going to be good, and then you suck, and then you kind of bounce back for 3 or 4 games, and then you're back to being bad. Ohtani struck out 11. It's just that the Halos lineup is basically a double-A team right now. So when Nate Lowe hits a home run, this one was over. Corey Seager, I mean, he went 3 for 3 and drove home another run, all for Spencer Howard, who threw 5 scoreless with 5 strikeouts after having a 5 ERA coming into that one. Matt Moore came in for the save, and the Angels have the worst team OPS in July. They're the only team that has a sub 600 OPS, and they have scored 58 runs, which is dead last for the month of July. Not very fun to be a pitcher in Anaheim right now with that kind of run support. If I'm Ohtani again, I want out of there ASAP. You know which team doesn't have to worry about run support, kind of like the anti-Angels? The LA Dodgers. Trey Turner came up with the bases loaded, and he did his thing. On his 27th double, he clears the bases. Trey has been insane this year. He's hitting .317 with 72 RBIs and 18 stolen bases. Will Smith broke it open on 2 separate RBI base hits, and Gavin Lux wanted in on the action as well. He's not cooling off anytime soon, and hopefully the same can be said for Cody Bellinger. Cody is hitting .205 on the year with a 78 OPS plus, which is not good at all, but at least he's somewhat productive. 30 extra base hits, 11 stolen bases, and 3 outs above average as a center fielder, so he's trying his best. Freddie Freeman added another RBI extra base hit for Tyler Anderson. He has a 2.61 ERA, and even Andrew Heaney is dealing. He has 1 earned run in 19 innings, so you guys know the meme where if you go to Coors Field as a pitcher, you go to die. Well, if you want to thrive, you go to LA. J-Ram, Jose Ramirez joined the 20 home run club, but that's all that Cutter Crawford allowed. I think that he's pretty solid, though his numbers would indicate otherwise. He does have some nasty stuff. Look at Xander, man. He was told after the game that he wasn't getting traded anytime soon, and that is cool because the dude has 8 home runs and a 140 WRC plus. He would be a first ballot Hall of Famer if his defense was a little bit better, and to his credit, he has played better defense this year. And honestly, I think that Xander still has a pretty decent chance of making the Hall of Fame eventually if he keeps being one of the better, if not the best, offensive shortstop in baseball. Bobby D stays owning Cleveland as the Warlock, Garrett Whitlock, entered the game, and he got the 2-inning save. Boston is now 5-2 versus Cleveland this year, which sucks for me. Alejandro Kirk had a nice little RBI single, and Matt Chapman said, "Oh, that's cute. Here's a 2-run shot to match that one." That is Matt's 17th of the year, all while playing pretty decent defense at the hot corner, I should say. I mean, we'll talk about his defense in a moment. Yusei was fairly solid. He struck out 5 over 5, just like Spencer Howard, and oh my, he did it again. Matt Chapman has 18 home runs and a 120 WRC plus, so he's been a better hitter than defender this year, which is weird because usually it's the opposite. Jordan Romano has 22 saves, and the Jays are locked back in after a slow June and kind of middle of July. This next game was almost the worst blown lead I have seen all year, and honestly in quite some time. Okay, let's talk about it. You have long ball Derek Hall rallying the troops in the first inning with a 2-run triple, and Nick Castellanos is trying his best to get hot. He's got a ton of doubles this year, but he has a paltry 83 WRC plus. Anyways, Alec Boehm has been prime David Wright as of late, and Kyle Schwarber, he's just not fair. After that 3-run bomb, he has 32 home runs, 64 RBIs, and a 121 WRC plus, and thank God that Didi drove in this run for Zach Wheeler, because Wheeler struck out 8, but he was taken out after allowing 2 runs, and then Ish hit the fan. You have Pittsburgh going off for 7 unanswered runs. Jurgis Familia was the most hittable pitcher I've ever seen yesterday, which is crazy because he does have nasty stuff, but he doesn't know where it's going. So Sir Anthony Dominguez had to put out the fire for his 6th save, and an update, Jurgis Familia has been released by the Phillies. Moving on to the Astros, seeing Alex Bregman do well actually makes me happy. Now, I know he's an Astro, blah, 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 boo this man, but this guy does so much for his community with charity work, and he's such a stud of a baseball player. I don't know, sue me. I like Alex Bregman, and also I like Yordan Alvarez, and I like Kyle Tucker. I don't mind the Astros anymore. Anyways, Alex was Houston's entire offense in this one. He peppered an RBI double in the 8th and then scored on a wild pitch from Munoz of the Mariners. Bregman now has 13 home runs, 52 RBIs, and 53 walks to 54 strikeouts, so this guy is just nuts at baseball. And oh yeah, Ryan Presley, he now has 22 saves. Last but certainly not least, we had another 4-2 ball game. Your mean Mercedes clutched up for his pitcher Alex Wood, giving him an early lead to work with, and Estrada, luckily he wasn't hurt after Rodon kicked a bat into his knee. He laced an RBI single right before Austin Slater doubled home David Villar. Alex Wood was sensational. He was cooking folks all night long, just like Shohei Ohtani, carving up the Cubs for 6 no-hit innings, but just like Shohei, he eventually allowed 2 earned runs. Ian Happ ruined the no-hitter, and then Patrick Wisdom ruined the shutout. But Camilo Doval, he secured his 13th save after striking out the side in the 9th, and the Giants, they're trying to get back into the wild card race. They're 3 games back of the Cardinals and the Phillies. Also, I just want to mention my former teammate, Eric Ullman. He was in this game. He got called up a few days ago, and he struck out 2, I think. That almost brings a tear to my eye. I mean, this kid had the best pickoff move I've ever seen. When I was playing with him, we were on the Warriors blue team. We had Caden, who was drafted by the Orioles. I was the number 2 hitter. We had Nolan Kingham, who was on the Braves, and then we have Eric, who was on the Cubs. That was a super team. I mean, I'm the only one that didn't make it, though, which kind of sucks. Well, everyone, that is going to do it for today's recap. If you enjoyed or learned something new, leave a like and subscribe. We are on the road to 500,000 subscribers by the end of the season. It's going to be tough, but we have 2 months. Maybe we can get there. But without further ado, let's roll the web gems.
This ball is sent in the air to right field. Kyle Tucker all the way back at the wall. He will put his hand up casually. So casual.
Thought he was going to have to make a jump and just extend it.
That's out towards left field. Just into the game. Makes the play. Joe Adele saves a run. Tip of the cap from Jaime Perea.
Lined. Oh, what a pick on one hop by Donaldson.
Like we brought it up, and you cannot say enough about defensively what the Yankees have done between Donaldson and
Pounded to center. Castro on the run, and he leaps and he makes the grab.
And Willie Castro's able to get it, turn to his right side, leap.
How about this play? Alec Bohm bare hands, and Reese Hoskin picks it at first base.
Flores on the backhand, got him.
Spears it. Gets up quickly.
Springer comes on.